Meghan and Harry's reported attempt to repair their relationship with King Charles at Highgrove allegedly ended on a disappointing note. Meghan Markle was reportedly seen leaving the Highgrove estate just 47 minutes after meeting the King, and what many expected to be a major step toward reconciliation seemed to lose momentum almost as soon as it began.
Markle felt humiliated on Prince Harry's most recent UK trip, and that the trip turned into a nightmare, forcing Markle and her children to return home to California earlier than they had hoped.
So, what was really going on? For weeks, there had been plenty of speculation that Meghan Markle would not return to the United Kingdom because reports claimed taxpayer-funded security for her and her children had not been approved. Then, almost out of nowhere, the story appeared to change completely. New reports began claiming that Meghan had travelled to the UK with her children to visit King Charles and possibly begin rebuilding family ties.
Qualifies her claims, Harry's claims that they can't possibly return to the United Kingdom without royal security because the press won't leave them alone.
That unexpected update quickly got people talking, and many started wondering if this could finally be the moment both sides had been waiting for. According to reports, King Charles was pleased about the possibility of seeing his grandchildren again after several years apart. Many royal watchers believed this could become a meaningful family moment. Some even imagined the King showing Archie and Lilibet around places connected to their family history that they had never experienced while growing up in Montecito. But according to several reports, things did not unfold the way many people expected.
This is the first time that the King has actually met his granddaughter and grandson from Prince Harry's side of the family since the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee all the way back in June 2022. And if you were to ask me on Monday afternoon whether I thought this meeting would take place, I would have told you absolutely no chance.
Instead of a warm and emotional family reunion, the meeting was described as feeling much more formal, almost like an official discussion rather than relatives reconnecting after years apart. That detail immediately caught people's attention. Reports suggested the conversation reflected that firm boundaries were still in place. Rather than creating the feeling of a fresh start, everything reportedly focused on expectations, protocol, and keeping clear limits.
Reported that Markle's frustrations came from the couple not receiving taxpayer-funded security and not being allowed to stay at Buckingham Palace.
If those reports are accurate, it showed that emotions were not leading the meeting, structure and rules were. Then came the part that really sparked debate. According to various claims, Meghan reportedly realized the meeting was far more direct than she had expected. Instead of the emotional welcome some people had predicted, reports suggested the conversation centered on boundaries and future expectations. Some commentators even claimed she left feeling frustrated after realizing that any path forward would reportedly come with clear conditions attached. If those accounts are accurate, that outcome may not have matched what she had hoped for. Rather than leaving with signs of a fresh beginning, reports suggested she walked away, realizing that rebuilding trust would not be simple. That possibility quickly became one of the biggest talking points surrounding the visit. Reports also claimed that when Meghan and Harry arrived at Highgrove, Harry may have expected to see his father immediately after such a long period apart.
Trip to the UK, that there was a bit of will they, won't they? Harry goes by himself, and then suddenly Meghan Markle with the kids in they trot as well. But there have been some reports that the family reunion that they had with the King and the Queen may have not gone as planned for Meghan. There are some suggestions that it probably wasn't warm and fuzzy. I can't imagine why.
Instead, according to those reports, they were asked to wait while final arrangements and royal procedures were completed before the meeting officially began. That small detail reportedly left quite an impression. To many observers, the situation created the appearance that the palace wanted every step handled on its own terms. Rather than allowing the visit to unfold casually, everything reportedly followed established procedures. Some royal commentators viewed that as a subtle reminder that the institution would continue operating by its own rules. Then came the detail everyone seemed to focus on. After just 47 minutes, Meghan was reportedly seen leaving the Highgrove residence.
For the most part, he was rejected. And the nightmare wasn't just the trip. It was discovering that the privilege of royalty doesn't automatically survive after you quit your job.
Commentators quickly began analysing photos and body language, with some suggesting she appeared disappointed. While reports claimed King Charles was genuinely happy to spend time with his grandchildren, they also suggested that no major breakthrough came from the meeting. According to those same reports, the visit reportedly ended with polite greetings and formal courtesies before everyone went their separate ways. One detail that especially caught attention was the claim that no family photographs were taken during the visit, something many people had expected if the meeting had gone especially well. Reports further claimed that Meghan and the children left shortly after the Highgrove meeting, while Harry remained in the UK to continue preparations connected to the Invictus Games.
Meghan is furious because she hasn't done everything she wanted. When they knew they were going to come to the UK and London, she sent a list of what she wanted done for her at Buckingham Palace. Can you believe that? But they didn't go to a palace. They went to a home, and she didn't get what she wanted.
Throughout the visit, Meghan was also reportedly absent from public appearances. Some commentators speculated that she preferred to avoid becoming the centre of public reactions, while others suggested she simply chose to keep a low profile. There were also claims that gifts connected to her as Ever lifestyle brand did not receive the response some had expected. According to those reports, Meghan was left feeling disappointed and somewhat sidelined. Some commentators suggested she may have expected a warmer reception during her return to the United Kingdom, while others argued that public opinion remained divided because of past disagreements involving the royal family. Those differing views only added even more discussion around the visit. Many people also expected the meeting to last much longer. After all, reports have long noted that King Charles had not seen his grandchildren in several years. Royal watchers believed this could have been the perfect chance for the family to reconnect in a meaningful way.
Now, on a personal note, Grant, I'm happy that the King was able to spend time with his grandchildren. But do you think the Sussexes will be disappointed that they did not get a photograph of this meeting, given that it would enhance their brand?
Instead, according to reports, the meeting lasted less than an hour, and that surprisingly short visit immediately became one of the biggest headlines. For many observers, it appeared to suggest that several important issues may still remain unresolved. Rather than giving the impression that old wounds had finally healed, the reported meeting seemed to show that there is still a long road ahead before any lasting reconciliation can happen. While many people hoped this would mark a brand new chapter for the royal family, the outcome appeared far more complicated than expected. People also started paying close attention to Meghan's reported body language as she left Highgrove. Some commentators claimed she did not look like someone leaving a joyful family reunion. Instead of appearing relaxed or relieved, they suggested she looked disappointed or deep in thought.
Sped Prince Harry, Meghan Markle and the two children to see their grandfather. We're not quite sure how long it lasted. Some people are saying an hour, some are saying more. The fallout from it has been we're all sitting waiting for it to be leaked. Nothing so far. Apparently William was appalled. The following day, Harry looked like the cat that got the cream, because you and I both know that the Sussex brand's dead now, isn't it? Anywhere in the world, unless they can actually prove to have some link still with the very family they spend their entire life slagging off.
Another detail that quickly became a major talking point was the reported absence of any official family photograph after the visit. Many royal watchers believed that if a major breakthrough had truly taken place, there might have been at least one official picture to mark such an important occasion. Instead, no photo or public acknowledgement appeared, and reports soon suggested that Meghan and the children were preparing to return to the United States. That only fueled even more speculation that the meeting may not have unfolded the way some had hoped. Reports also suggested that King Charles was taking an especially cautious approach because of the ongoing tensions involving Prince Harry, Prince William, and Queen Camilla. According to those reports, the king reportedly found himself balancing family relationships while also considering his wider responsibilities. That situation was said to make every decision far more complicated than it might appear from the outside.
She didn't exactly get what she wants, and she certainly didn't win. A lot of us were frightened that Meghan would be able to manipulate the king, but I think in this instance, nothing has changed. They met for an hour and a half, they had tea, they talked about stuff that had no big relevance, small talk. There's no one better than the royal family for making chit-chat. If ever you've been around the royals, they say nothing. It's like cotton candy. They just talk and they don't say anything. And so he can sit there for an hour and a half and say absolutely nothing.
Many reports have continued to describe unresolved differences between Prince William and Harry. At the same time, Harry's comments about Queen Camilla in his memoir, Spare, have often been cited by commentators as another source of tension within the family. Whether those relationships improve remains a subject of constant discussion. Because of those reported challenges, many believed King Charles approached the meeting with careful planning rather than emotion. According to several reports, clear boundaries and a structured approach shaped the visit from beginning to end. Some royal commentators argued that this was the most sensible path, considering that the king serves not only as a father, but also as the head of the monarchy. For that reason, some observers felt he wanted to avoid giving the impression that years of disagreements had suddenly disappeared overnight. At the same time, supporters of Harry and Meghan viewed the meeting itself as an encouraging sign. To them, simply getting everyone together was seen as a positive step, even if it did not immediately solve every problem. Others, however, believed the meeting stopped well short of the major breakthrough many had predicted. Reports suggested the Sussexes hoped the visit could help reopen communication and begin rebuilding stronger family ties. Yet based on everything reported afterward, many commentators concluded that no dramatic changes became visible. Instead, the meeting appeared to end with each side remaining in much the same position as before. While communication may have taken place, reports did not point to any clear sign that long-standing issues had been fully resolved. That outcome left plenty of room for even more public speculation. Looking at everything that has been reported, many people described Meghan's first reported visit in years as underwhelming. There were no major announcements, no public display of unity, and no visible indication that long-running family disagreements had been settled. Instead, the visit appeared to become little more than an opportunity for King Charles to reportedly spend a brief amount of time with his grandchildren after years apart. Beyond that, very little seemed to change. The headlines came and went, but many of the biggest questions surrounding the family's future remained unanswered. For those hoping this meeting would completely reshape the relationship, the reported outcome felt far less dramatic than expected. Some commentators have also wondered whether the situation could eventually affect the Invictus Games. Prince Harry has devoted years to the event, and many people continue to closely associate him with its success. Even so, reports have suggested that ongoing family tensions could make public involvement from senior members of the royal family less likely for now. According to those reports, palace officials remain careful because appearances involving Harry and Meghan often generate intense media attention and public debate. As a result, some observers believe future public interactions between senior royals and the Sussexes could continue to remain limited unless circumstances change. As for Meghan, many commentators believed this visit had the potential to become a defining public moment. Some speculated that a successful reconciliation could have been followed by carefully planned photographs, an official statement, or another public signal showing warmer family relations. Instead, according to reports, the visit ended quietly after a brief meeting at Highgrove. No official photos reportedly appeared, no public statement was released, and no formal acknowledgement came from the palace. Whether that was significant or simply part of royal protocol remains open to interpretation, but it certainly gave people plenty to debate. Rather than creating a dramatic turning point, the reported visit ended with more questions than answers. So now the biggest question remains: can the relationship between the Sussexes and the royal family truly be repaired, or is there still too much distance between both sides? Only time will tell how this story continues to unfold, and royal watchers will no doubt be paying close attention to every new development. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who follow the royal family. Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think happened behind closed doors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.